What up, everybody? How we all doing? It is the Transformers Slag podcast Saturday night live stream main event. How we all doing today? For people that are new to this, my name's Proto Man. I'm that voice that you hear in those really bad segments throughout the week about the Transformer news. And it is our Saturday night hangout together. This is a special one because we come hot off the heels off of a arguably huge Fan First Friday announcement. And a lot of hot takes are going to be said here. I'm going to be shooting from the hip because I'm happy with what I see, but I'm not happy with what I see. And it literally had me talking with professionals within the toy industry for hours on end afterwards of confusion of a lot of different ways how stuff is being handled. So we're going to jump into the news. We're going to cover that big segment. And we're going to have a nice special run through of history visually today also to kind of also try to make sense of my words that I had a couple days ago. I feel that I didn't convey properly my thoughts back then. Not to mention I completely forgot an entire month. I apologize for that. You see, in Canada, we don't have September. No, I'm just joking. I woke up early for the segment. I was tired. I'm not going to try to make any excuses, but I forgot September. I think I was just more flabbergasted by what I was seeing, but I'll get into the specifics of that in a lot of ways. So let's get into that. I got all my super chat people here popping and locking, my YouTube members, a lot of cool stuff going on. Again, if you want to ask any questions, just hit that super chat or be a YouTube member. Got a lot of my awesome people here. Even David Cabal is here too. Wow, we got Andy, we got Michael, we got Stinkfist, we got John Henry, we got Just a Dad. Who am I missing? We got a lot of people here today. A lot of peeps. We got Ninjatron's even here. Aaron Archer's here. A lot of people here. So, let's get into the news, and then we'll wiggle our way to that, and then we'll do some super chats in between that and everything too. And that is that. Number one, let's talk about those Rise of the Beast and Legacy listings that popped up on Monday. Oh, Larry's here too. So there was a whole bunch of code-named listings that showed up on Target, and these are clearly Rise of the Beast mainline and Studio Series based figures. This isn't the first time. This is not the first time that we've had something like this where Transformer product had a slew of listings here and they were put under code names. If you remember back when Cyberverse first debuted, they named all the characters after Seinfeld characters. And there was no connection. It's not like, Jerry Seinfeld was Optimus Prime and George was, Bulkhead or something. They just threw names around like crazy. And this one, I guess we could argue there might be some kind of connections here. Like we have George, which you could think, oh, George of the Jungle, or, George from the Rampage video games, which was also a gorilla. There could be a connection there, but considering the fact that it's also a whole bunch of different price points of the same character, that could definitely be a leader character or a main character. Orion, probably Optimus Prime, Cyclops, who knows? Transformers Alpha, who knows with that one? When you get the MV7 listings, those are the Studio Series versions. They're all deluxes. So it's going to be the Studio Series versions of whatever those characters are. The rest of them are mainline. Again, this pretty much just tells us how much this stuff is going to cost, and that there's going to be something that's like a Scout, something that's like a Deluxe, and something that's like a Voyager. I suggest look back at the Bumblebee movie mainline, not the Studio Series stuff, the mainline Bumblebee movie mainline, and you'll probably get a good idea of what we're going to be dealing with when it comes to the Rise of the Beast toys. The second half of this news on the right side there is a whole bunch of Legacy stuff and one Studio Series 86 listing. A core class Spike at $8.49, probably some kind of transforming exosuit figure. Who knows, maybe a direct port or a re-engineering of the Masterpiece version. that came with Bumblebee all those years ago, the first Bumblebee, or maybe something completely that we don't realize. Let's see what else we got here. We also have the deluxe class stuff that we already know, like the Dead End for all the Stunticons. But here's the interesting ones. A core class Hot Rod, a core class Megatron. Could be a repack of the G1 Megatron, or could be something completely new. We don't know. Plenty of Megatrons you could pull from. And a leader class Blitzwing. Once again, giving us another triple changer Decepticon in the leader class price point. After that, of course, of the Astro Train that we got back in Siege and repacked into Earthrise. So just wanted to cover that quickly. These are all just a bunch of stuff to kind of keep an eye out for. It is out there. And, yeah. Yeah, I know, David. We're definitely going to be covering a lot more stuff than the Fan First Friday. It's going to be part of my rant later, let me tell you. Next up, let's talk about some Cyberverse stuff. Pow. We got... found in retail. Hey, Hasbro, why don't you tell us about some Cyberverse product instead of it just showing up in retail for the first time? Transformers Cyberverse Season 4, a.k.a. Bumblebee Cyberverse Adventures product. The Ultra Class Energon Armor Ramjet was found in a Walmart. It's probably the best version of the character of the Cyberverse version thus far. Probably the best in terms of scale with your collection. On the top right there is the Scout class version, and if anyone knows how those Scout class figures are, they don't really transform. They kind of half transform. So if you're looking for your definitive version of Ramjet, this is probably going to be the way to go. A lot of the Ultra class figures, these Energon Armor ones, even though they have a gimmick, I should have turned off my phone. Even though they have a gimmick, it doesn't affect the articulation because it's kind of stored inside their back. Yeah, they're a little hollow. They're a lower end kind of figure for a different kind of demo and market. But they serve their purpose. I mean, if you want to get a clobber figure, you only have one choice, and it's the Cyberverse Ultra Energon Armor. I kind of like his Energon armor here, though. He has a Falcon head kind of going on there. Very, Blue Falcon from the Hanna-Barbera days, or a little bit of Air Razor even, when you think about it. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. But there's not much more I can really say. It's Cyberverse stuff that, once again, has showed up in retail, has been completely unannounced by Hasbro. At least send a press release to, like, IGN. Like, give one of those websites some good clickbait that they could then share on all their social media platforms. Oh, wow, we got our first look at all this Season 4 Cyberverse stuff. I mean, you're doing something with Netflix. Literally. Why not hype it up, man? I'm telling you, I'm going to chew out the marketing guy at the end of all of this, because this is disgusting. You know what I mean? We live in an internet world where it shouldn't be my job to do this. It shouldn't. It should not. Anyways, let's go up to the next thing. We had a leaked image of a potential Transformers War for Cybertron Golden Disc Collection Ranger Puffer. We had this listing back in April. We didn't know what it was going to be, but, it had Ranger Puffer, so we thought, oh, maybe it's Road Ranger, the GoBot character, which has been done as a repaint with the Huffer mold in the past with eHobby. Maybe it's Puffer, which was the fan name for the, the Seiji 1986, France repaint variants of the Huffer mold that kind of looks like pipes, what they were trying to go with. Ultimately, in the end, it's the latter. We have an image here leaked from the factory, the robot mode, half transformed. It's pretty easy to figure out how that alt mode's going to look like because, as much as I love that Huffer mold for Kingdom, it's pretty simple in the alt mode. So just picture that pipes one I have posted there, but all in light blue. It's pretty easy to tell. But yeah, based off of a old 1986 France variant, very deep cut in a lot of ways. But really, at the end of the day, how many repaints could you get out of a Huffer mold or a pipes mold? You could get maybe a Shafter repaint, maybe I don't know, maybe an e-hobby repaint. There's not much you could really do. It's you're kind of stretching at that point. There's probably a shattered glass color out there too or something. But that's probably for another time in another place when that shattered glass line gets some more legs. If it does. Either way, it's something that's coming out. It's going to be part of that Golden Disc collection. I worry that this might be an Amazon exclusive thing, so don't take my word on that, but I think that that's what it might be, unfortunately. So just keep that in mind. Speaking of odd repaints from War for Cybertron stuff, let's talk about this reformatted Galvatron that showed up. Now, back in March, there was a whole bunch of listings of a Transformers Generation Selects Galvatron and Unicron pack. That's what it was literally listed at. There's the IEN code and everything at the bottom. I don't know if this is related to that, but considering all the stuff that has been shown so far that this thing comes with, I wouldn't be surprised if they did something where it's like, here's your reformatted leader Galvatron. He comes with all this stuff. He comes with all these little accessories, and he's going to come with a Unicron head. And that'll be the Galvatron Unicron 2-pack. That gives Hasbro an opportunity to use the Unicron trademark again because it's coming up on 4 years since the Haslab one. Yes, it's been that long. And, since they first pretty much did that drop. And yeah, that's one possibility. But yeah, I really like what I see here, though. I'll be honest with you. While I'm not a huge fan of that Galvatron mold, it kind of has its hits and misses on it. I kind of like the color scheme here. Kind of is better than even the original, in my opinion. Combined with the fact that while it has clear translucent repaints from the gang molding of its toy, the Matrix, the two guns that look like his revenge ship, even his side cannon, and a very pink blaster. I love that they also made an effort to give a revenge ship that's a little tinier than the guns and more in scale with all the other ships that came with Unicron to attach to your Unicron stand. The other ships being the Quintesson ship and the Junkion ship. So pretty awesome. Now you could have Unicron crushing your Junkion ship and Wreck-Ar somehow surviving that. And of course, a whole bunch of little slug figures. I zoomed in on these. I could see Snarl, Laserbeak, RC. There's probably more. Who knows? Nice little pack. I like what I see here. Looks really, really cool. Very tempted by it. And the rumor is that, judging by the listing, it's probably a Generation Selects Hasbro Pulse kind of product that we will see in the future. I actually initially delayed talking about this because I thought this would have been an announcement on the Hasbro Fan First Friday yesterday. Oh, how wrong I was. Now, as for what it's trying to be, well, I think it's either trying to be the end stages of Megatron to Galvatron's transformation in the 86 movie, or alternatively, it's what's going on at the end of Kingdom when he's getting reformatted into something at the end of the Kingdom, episode 6 on the Netflix series. Could be one or the other. Pick your poison. Next up, I didn't report this, so this will be the first time I'm reporting it, is the color images of the Masterpiece Cliff Jumper. We have color images of the alt mode now. Gives us an idea of how the product is going to look. Looks really nice. I'll be honest with you. I like what I see. I know some people have been kind of on the fence or not a fan of it. I know it's a little mistransformed here in this photo, but the fact that they even got the Autobot logo in the right place for the Fluoro Deary animation model looks nice. I like it a lot. I want to see the robot mode images. I'm pretty sure those will show up any day now. And I love Cliff Jumper. He's a nice little Porsche, little squat, micro change Porsche. Just like the Bumblebee, it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's supposed to be animation accurate. If you want different versions of Cliff Jumper that are not like this, lucky for you, there's tons of alternatives, both officially and third party. But it's the first time we've had a fair crack at this design, and it looks great. On the right there is Fleur Deary's animation model cleaned up, and of course the animation model for the Porsche itself. So that's some awesome stuff. And just for a reminder for people, some of the gimmicks that come with this. So this is the green one. He comes with the cannon. He comes with the glass gas, both in the back of the car coming out of the rear tail light, and the glass gas gun. So nice little accessories. Maybe has more. Who knows? Probably a different face sculpt too, because the Bumblebee one came with 2 different face sculpts. So yeah, get ready for that if you're a fan of Masterpiece, because I know I am. So let's get into it. Fan First Friday. There was a lot of hype. There was a lot of speculation. Last Fan First Friday was 45 minutes. Not yesterday's, the last time we had one. Of course, obviously 10 minutes of that is always dedicated to just the countdown. And we were like, okay, they teased the Haslab. We knew it was going to be Star Saber. But are they going to show off other product? Because the next, anything we're going to probably hear from them is probably going to be October. So they dropped Star Saber on us, so we're going to get into that. I'm going to give my deeper thoughts, the inside baseball of it and everything. I have color images here. These are colored by an individual. On the bottom left is their name. If you want to give them a shout out, give them some love. The reason why I'm using the color images available, because I feel that the CG images that are provided are not that much better than the color images. So I figure I might as well give you guys a better idea of how the product would look in color. You're seeing this here first. So it's Star Saber. It does everything a higher price point Star Saber toy should do. It has the little Brain Master of Courage, aka Yuki. It has the Saber Inner Robot mode that is supposed to be a deluxe price point sized figure compared to its other Sabatrons or Autobot compatriots, with its gun and shoulder shield, which also makes his hilt for his larger sword, although there's something missing there, which I'll get into in a moment. That's unfortunate. It transforms and combines to make Star Saber. It doesn't have a fully intact Brainmaster gimmick. It doesn't really do that per se, although I believe it was Evan said that I think it's there. They just didn't want to show it because of how fragile the resin prototype was. But it's not going to be done in the traditional style of how Brainmasters used to be, which I'll just show you right now. Here's a Brainmaster. When you put it in, brain set. Oh, there's the head. Here's another one. Lasta. Whew. Brava. Blacka. Whew. So there's all of them there. And then, of course, the Masterpiece one had the little tiny one here. So it's not going to do that. But I don't expect that of it. It's fine. The Masterpiece did a variation of that. They obviously didn't have the plastic and budget for that. Perhaps. I am not going to go into the semantics of that. Or will I? Alt mode does what I expect of a Star Saber. Turns it, V-Star, all of that. They didn't show a base mode, but again, that was a suggestion at best with the original toys. And does the original jet mode, you could put the Brainmaster into the cockpit. It does what the higher end Star Saber toys in the past did, both the original and the Masterpiece. Now, they also showed Victory Leo. Victory Leo does everything Victory Leo has done traditionally up to this point, except one thing. It is a robot mode. It is a, lion mode, and it has its third mode, and it combines with Star Saber in jet mode. So fantastic. So it does all of that. Now, Victory Leo is 7.5 inches. 7.5 inches. Okay? Context for 7.5 inches. Okay? Not much. A Voyager scale, pretty much. I'll get into others afterwards. We always have to have our measuring tape, because here on the podcast we measure more than just Transformers. Now then, we're missing something though, and this is what bothers me, is that they mentioned how I'm gonna pull up the slide of it. So hold on. So they mentioned that the backer target is 11,000. To unlock the first tier, which is Victory Leo's cannon, the V-Lock cannon, is 14,000. And then you have two other tiers. Another tier is 17,000 and then 20,000. Let's do some math here. Okay? So, they need 3,000 more backers, aka at 180 per unit, aka over $500,000. It's actually over $500,000 to give you something that has been historically available with every version of this character up to this point. Say hello, my friends, to the Victory V-Lock cannon. It's a big mofo. Bada boom. It has been historically available with every version of Victory Leo ever. Ever. Kabaya kits. I'm going to pull this up for a second. Kabaya kits. The original toy. Robot Masters. Mega PVCs. Always available with this character. Here's the Victory cannon from Kabaya, which was a handheld one. You put little pellets in it. You could shoot. Victory Saber. The V-Lock cannon. I got so much here. You have no idea. The fact that they need almost, well, actually, it's not almost, it's 55. Yes. It's crazy. It's like, I can't believe that they need that much more to include something that has been standard with that character. You are going to hype Victory Saber and the combining and everything and not have the big cannon that is what Star Saber holds. You're going to have him hold his sword instead, which he never holds when he's Victory Saber. I find that kind of crazy, you know? And the crazy thing is, too, is then afterwards we have an unlock at 17,000 and another at 20,000, aka another $500,000 and another $500,000 after that. And you know what's the sad thing? I've been talking to people, and I get a feeling it's going to be a stand and a shield. That's what it's going to be. You'll get a stand accessory, and then you'll probably get a shield accessory, and that'll be it. Here's what's missing. Sabre, the smaller robot, okay? Where's his small version of his sword? Because they have the large version of the sword. Where's the small version? The original Star Saber had to share. The Masterpiece didn't. Where is that? Again, we're talking $180 for a leader class and a Voyager that I'm going to assume combine to make something of a commander. Now you're saying Proto Man. Like, how do you know that? Well, we know for a fact, and I've talked about this with my beautiful Discord people. We scientifically broke this down. We were looking at images and going like, well, like, how big is that sucker? How big is he? He is, from what we've agreed on to be nice, 9 inches. I'm going to lock it in at 10 there. He is 9 inches. What is 9 inches? Let's bring in Overlord here. Overlord is 9.5 inches. Okay? Leader class Overlord, 9.5 inches. I'm a professional, I swear. Masterpiece Star Saber. Oh, there goes the sword. Overlord. Okay? Like, to me, the thing is that, and I'm going to get into the sword in a moment too. The thing is that, and this guy here, by the way, 2015, MSRP 17,400 yen. about $160 American in its initial run. Obviously, the secondary market, like any masterpiece that's been removed more than 10 years, you're going to see changes. But that is that. Let's get to that sword. This is what bothers me too. So they show that it locks in one way to do toy accuracy. They show that it locks in the other way to do show accuracy. Bro, okay? Why is it not covering on both sides? This is literally how the Haslab one's going to be. And I know you guys are going to be like, oh, bro, you're so picky. It's going to be like this. It's going to have like an open end on one side. You know, you couldn't like just close it up. Look. Let's go all the way back to 1989. Right? You couldn't close that up? Really, Evan? You couldn't close that up? Come on, man. Really? Come on, man. Really? Number 3. Absolute absence of the Saber blade gimmick. This is the original Star Saber. Take the Saber blade. He would have it in his hand. He would put it in the back. Click. Saber blade. Masterpiece 1 does that. The original toy from 35 years ago almost does that. This one doesn't. I don't know. It's, again, $180. Leader class and a Voyager figure. Now, this is the Robot Master. Oh, hey, it has the V-Lock gun. This is the Robot Master. Has the V-Lock gun. Ugh. This is the Mega PVC version. It has the V-Lock gun. I didn't see SCF PVC doing a backer for that one. And then my boy, Victory Leo, the original, which we'll put again next to him. So Victory Leo is going to be about that big compared to the original. He came with his big old V-Lock cannon back in the day. Now, you could argue, plastic prices are different today, Proto. Everything's more expensive. Yeah, I get that. $180 expensive? I don't know. Look, I love Star Saber, okay? I love the character to death. Here's an old photo. Bam! Here's a Proto Man with still hair on his head. The year is 1999. I ordered Star Saber from Japan. Was shipped right to my door. I was still in high school. I worked a telemarketing job. One of my first jobs I ever had. My first paycheck I ever got. $400. I threw a chunk of it to get that guy. I love Star Saber. All those versions down there should probably show how much I love that character. But you know what I hate? I hate lazy people. I hate laziness, and I hate that when they go, how high can we get them to jump? Just last week, we had Mattel with their Street Sharks, where they were showing off Street Shark figures with 3 cuts of articulation, empty plastic, Sufobi style, like the Ultraman figures. Like, let me reach, like literally like the Ultraman figures with like 3 cuts. These things sell in Japan for $7. Sorry, Pigmon. You know, and they're asking $75 for this, for the Street Sharks. And I thought, okay, that's Mattel. Mattel is being dumb with the Street Sharks brand. It's not like they're licensing it. They own it. They got it from Streetwise Entertainment. But no. Hasbro is doing the same thing. And look, it doesn't matter what I say. It's at 4th, as of this recording, 44 days left. It's almost there. It's almost there. It's getting there. So it doesn't matter what I think, but regardless of what I think, I am allowed to criticize what is going on business-wise. And I feel that this is way too expensive for what you are giving the fans. And It's something that I feel could have been a retail product. They just felt, hey, we could put this on HasLab and we could charge more. Victory Leo could have been a Legacy Voyager figure at $29.99. Star Saber could have been a leader class figure, or even a commander if you want to stretch it, but I'm telling you, he's a leader class. That is a leader class figure. They could have had Star Saber as a leader class figure, and you would have a Voyager and a leader, and we wouldn't be having this conversation of that. I don't know. I'm probably still going to get it. Just because if I don't, I'm going to have a problem later. It's going to skyrocket. But the point is that I don't appreciate being taken for a ride. And Unicron was different. They were doing something that has never been done before. We're going to get the biggest Transformer ever made. It's going to be huge. We're going to do all kinds of new tooling. This thing didn't have to reinvent the wheel. It took what the Masterpiece toy did. It hollowed it out. Oh man, did it hollow it out. And it made it a lot less. Like Star Saber has hollow areas all over him. It's going to be pretty much a retail Earthrise Kingdom leader class figure for $180 plus shipping, and heaven help us international people. Heaven help us. So again, it's probably going to get backed. And those extra things that you're looking forward to, short of them being a Deathsaurus figure, hey, you give me a whole Deathsaurus figure, I will shut up. I will shut up right now. I will be like, yo, Deathsaurus back there. You can't see him. I'd be like, yo, you proved me wrong, Hasbro. You got me. Okay. I will shut my mouth. But I'm not going to shut my mouth with this, man. That's, that's what it is. That's what it is. And it's just the prices, the money, it just doesn't add up. I feel we're paying an extra $80 premium just to pet the Japanese thing. And combined with the fact that in the marketing of it, and let's get into the marketing for a second. Ben, fire this guy. Look, I'm not going to try to screw a guy over from making his paycheck. But bro, do your research before you're part of the marketing team of the Transformer brand. Jesus. Oh my God. So, this guy, look, I had to pull up his information. He's been on the Transformer brand since March as a marketing guy. Clearly, he didn't have enough time to care or look up something, even though it's a multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar corporation. Ben, what the F, man? Look, clean that shit up, yo. Clean that shit up. It's disgusting. And I'm not talking about what we're looking at. I'm talking about how you're handling the brand. We have opportunities to do these kind of streams. You're sitting at home, Ben. You're sitting at home. Turn on the damn camera and talk to us about Kingdom. Turn on the damn camera and take some screenshots and talk about product before it gets leaked out and the hype is gone. You know, what's going to happen when we're going to reveal Kingdom in October? When we know about everything already? Come on, man. Seriously? Bro, a little birdie told me that he's not going to be with the company that long anyways. So Ben, what the hell, man? If you know that you're already going to be out, come on. Come on! I'm not even going to say your full name, even though I have your whole resume open right in front of me, because I don't want people bugging you. But come on. Come on, bro. Seriously? It's your job. It's not my job. I'm a mechanic. I work 5 days a week. Okay? I come home, I read the news, and I talk about the robots in the skies. Yeah, okay. I kind of like it a little bit. Yeah, I kind of like it a little bit. I kind of know a little bit about it. It's your job. It's not my job, but it's your job. Hell, as scary as that sounds, you probably get paid more than I do fixing BMWs. As crazy as that sounds. Ben, do your job, bro. Do your job. Do your effing job, bro. It's disgusting. And that's why I was so furious at the stream and why I was disappointed. I have never seen so many dislikes on a video I've ever done before in all my years of doing the podcast. People thought I was aiming that at Star Saber. I was not. I fucking love that character. You have no idea. But the marketing is in the effing toilet. It is. It really is. And, bro, you got to do something about that. You really do. In the listing, on the Haslab website, it says that Star Saber is the first time we've gotten a Japanese character in the Western market. Are you effing serious? Are you serious? I guess you can't see me. No head. You can't see me. Are you serious? And this is one example. You know? Hell, how about that Shadow Panther we're going to be getting soon? That's probably going to come out before Star Saber if it doesn't get leaked already on every reviewer website. Ben, bro. Clean your shit up, man. Clean your shit up. It's your job. I'm not going to knock Evan. He's a designer. It's not his job. But it's sad that when the marketing guy is sitting next to the designer and the marketing guy is quiet the whole time, not even hyping it up. It is your job. It is your job to do it. Jesus. God. I hate people when they do their job half-assed and they get paid good to do it. You know? Anyways. Star Saber's going to probably get backed. It don't matter. But the point is that there's product out there already. I'm going to probably get one just to have them join my other brothers here. We'll have all the Star Sabers together. I'm paying $80 more a premium for something that is a leader class and a Voyager. It is what it is. When I look at Unicron, that big guy, I don't want to swear on the stream, but it's like that big, SOB, I understood why I paid that. I understood the engineering. When I was wrestling that thing on the floor of my kitchen, because that's how much space I needed, I understood. But I don't understand this one. Anyways, I'm sorry about that for anyone that is excited about this product. But, $500,000 needed to make this happen. $500,000, bruh. I don't know. Woo! Anyways. Today has been brought to you by Symbiote Studios. Check out Symbiote Studios and all their amazing Transformer licensed product, whether it be plush, pins, or t-shirts. They're chilling in the back over there, the whole crew. They're probably going like, the man has lost his mind. The man has lost his mind. But the man is allowed to have an opinion. And I've worked in this industry. I've been friends with people in this industry. I've helped design toys on the third-party side of things. And I've been a hype man myself. And it's just, this is not cool. The Transformer brand will survive. It'll never die. But it's moves like this that make it dip. That make people look at other things. They switch the channel. Figuratively and literally. They switch the channel. Come on. Anyways. Symbiote Studios is going to be doing a Chaos Bringer plush. SDCC convention online exclusive. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be massive. And of course, stay tuned. The Toy Armada with Aaron Archer. Episode 2 is coming very soon. We're going to be talking about a really cool Kenner brand that is still around to this very day. Great stories, great awesome stuff. 2 hours, almost 2 hours, talking about it. Stay tuned for that, hopefully next week. Yeah. Just want to plug that in there too. And of course, if you love everything we do here on the podcast, the Patreon. Got to plug. I'm not getting paid to do this. I got to make my money somehow. And I would think that, all these years of knowledge in the brand, I'm going to give my 2 cents. We got a super chat. Got two. Actually, there was Michael Koo here. To Proto Man, preach it. Thank you, Michael. I am preaching it. Look, I'll be real. I'm getting it. But I have expendable income, and I love Star Saber. But what about people that are on the fence that, number one, don't know the character, and number two, don't have that kind of money? There's people out there who can't afford Rodimus, Commander Class, or the Ark. And you're expecting them to invest in a character that, unless they bought a DVD box set or downloaded through dubious means some subtitled episodes, it is what it is. We got a super chat from Lightning Lancer. If they make Star Saber from a leader to a commander, what would you do, or is that impossible now? They'd have to also fix some engineering stuff. They'd have to, get a Brainmaster gimmick working proper in there. Look, if they all of a sudden change everything and up at a price point and then they have more budget to do that, sure. But even the term price point with these backer things don't even matter, because price points is a retail thing, and the limitations within a retail box. There is no price points with this. This is something it's $179, and there's going to be 200,000 units, I mean, BotCon exclusives were like 4,000 units on a good day. 5,000 if they needed extra ones in case of damage. Pete Sinclair and Brian Savage could attend for that, man. 4,000 units for that stuff. We weren't paying $179.99 for our leader class BotCon stuff. The box set was like $300, but you got like 4 deluxes and a leader. And those were super limited numbers. And it came in a foam with a pin and all that. I'm looking at my stack of them right now. Here you go. There they are. Look at all my BotCon box sets throughout the years. Now I messed up the camera just showing that. But the point is, I get to look at the plush in the meantime. The point is that, look, I don't know. The numbers don't add up. I'm going to get it, but you got to do better. And the marketing, come on, man. The marketing, you guys got to do better with that. You really do. You really do. You really do. Was there anything else in that super chat? I just want to be sure. Is that impossible? Look, nothing's impossible. Look, even Unicron, they did some tweaks and twists along the way. There was people that were pointing out stuff and everything. Look, what they showed us of Star Saber was a resin proto and CG CAD mock-ups. So things in theory could still change. Look how long ago Unicron was announced, and look the practically almost 2 years that it took to get into people's hands. It's a lot of production. Either way. I hope that you guys aren't taking this as too much of a negative criticism, but it's just that, I expect at least 70% of effort from a professional brand. I like to believe, as crazy as this sounds, I like to believe that deep down I could be a lazy person, but whenever I'm passionate about something, I give 100%. Look, this podcast is daily. I go to work, I kill myself at work, and then I come home with these busted hands and bust out a podcast. Giggity. And I do it every day. And then I give you guys the 2-hour craziness here tonight. And it's tough for a company where no doubt individuals are probably getting paid as much as I am, if not more, and getting some stocks, some of that sweet Hasbro stock, which is probably making tons of money because Magic the Gathering is printing money right now in the Wizards of the Coast sister brand. But the point is that, bro, do your job. Come on. You know, if it is your job, I understand that it's, you know, you like kicking back, having a couple buckets of KFC and not doing anything, but come on. To quote the great Kevin Nash, get a haircut, hit the gym, take a shower, get a clue. Get a clue. Get an effing clue, man. Get an effing clue. I need a haircut, actually. Need a haircut, too. Maybe I need to get a clue. Anyways, let's look at some Facebook members. Tom Laney says, it's unfortunate. It looks like the figure just keeps getting smaller. That's just how it is. They got to keep the profit margins up while reducing costs. We're already going to have our closed boxes soon. Michael Koo says, Protoman, did you ever... you even did a special surprise live stream this week. That was awesome. Oh, that's true. I probably should mention that for some people that were confused. On Thursday, I finished work early. So I was like, oh, hey, I could go home early. And then I was just sitting at home on Thursday, and I was just like, I'm going to be playing video games anyways. Why don't I stream it and make it Transformer related? So I did a super secret surprise live stream, played a whole bunch of games. I didn't want to put the whole live stream itself because within that stream was Nintendo games, and Nintendo no likey when people do that. So I kind of showed the hacked stuff that was Mario related. So, you know, and I lowered the volume because I might get a copyright strike on some Super Mario music. But anyone who came to that, I mean, we got around 50 people. I mean, I don't expect people to show up at a stream on a Thursday at 2 p.m. But, you know, we got a bunch of people. It was fun. Got to play Street Fighter. You know, Capcom's a lot better with sharing their brands. So at least I was able to share the Capcom stuff. That's why I like my Mega Man. But yeah, we did a stream. There's a super cut version. It's in the archive. Check it out. Finger poke-a-doo. Michael Koo says here to the Hasbro folks, as Ben is staying around, send him to Transformers Night School. I don't think he's sticking around. I'm going to keep track of his online resume. I get a feeling things are going to change in the next couple of months. Hey, Hasbro, you want someone who knows the Transformer brand that could do your live streams, which are pre-recorded anyways? If I could do this live, I don't have to have anything written in front of me, it all coming from this noggin. Give me a call. I'll give you your money's worth. You could pay me in toys. I will sign that contract. You could pay me in toys. I don't even care. I do this for free anyways. Pay me in, I don't know, I don't have, what's that rare figure there? The Fembot there. Signal Lancer or whatever? No, that's the telephone pole, but whatever. Pay me in toys. But yeah, that's more or less it that I really wanted to talk about in relation to that. I busted out all the Star Saber figures. You know, like, I mean, here's the Robot Master figure. The Robot Master figure does the sword like that. This figure was $9.99 in Japan. It was a tiny, tiny figure. We're having Robot Master engineering for our Saber blade. Really, man? Really? Oh, but bro, it's show accurate. Yeah, okay. Enjoy your 2003 engineering from 17 years ago. Come on. Here's the Victory Saber version, all assembled together. I have two versions because I'm crazy, you know. Which, by the way, it'll kind of give you an idea of how big it'll probably be combined, you know, because it pretty much is just stilts when you really look at it. I don't know. Where's my masterpiece? He's big because he has die cast in his feet. He had nice die cast feet. Let's put the saber blade in his hand. Put it this way. But it's just, you know, and I love too that they were like bragging about the butterfly joints. You know, oh, we got butterfly joints on Star Saber so we could double wield this sword. It's been done, bro. Guys, come on. You know, this is your job. Give it a little bit of effort, and it'll go a long way from a very passionate fan base. Especially when you're doing your Fan First Fridays. I mean, it's for the fans, right? It's not for the retailers or for the kids. It's for the fans. Here's the thumbnail. You know, it's... Come on. Come on, brah. Come on, brah. Come on, brah. Oh, might as well mention, in the P.O. box today, DF Deep Freeze sent this to me in the P.O. box. He wrote a letter too. I don't know if he wants me to read it though. Is Deep Freeze in the chat? I don't know if he wants me to read it. I'll just read some of it because it's not too personal. He wrote, "Dear Proto Man, thank you for all the cool stuff you've done. This Alpha Trion was on sale at my Lowe's." They sell toys at Lowe's? Was on sale at my Lowe's for $11. I assume $11 American. What was the MSRP on this? This is also an Ultra Class Energon armor, I think. No, this is the one with the pop-up weapon stuff. So what is this? This is like $29.99, I guess? MSRP? I don't know what it was. How old is this? This one was like a year and a half ago, eh? Was $11 at my Lowe's. Keep up the good work and keep it thick. Why do people say keep it thick? Because I work out? I don't know. Thank you, DF Deep Freeze, for the P.O. box send. That's pretty cool. I will be taking a photo shoot of him with some of the other Alpha Trion stuff that exists, the limited amount of it. Anything that gets sent to me in the P.O. box, I put it in the Instagram and on Facebook and on Twitter. Share all of that. Where we at? Let's go with some super chats, my friends. Again, if you want to ask anything. Michael Koo says it was the MSRP was $24.99. Okay, so what? I guess that was like 50% off at Lowe's. So I don't know how long ago he sent that to me, but if you want cheap Cyberverse stuff, I guess Lowe's has it. I guess they bought cases of it and they didn't know what to do with it anymore. Is that a hardware store? I don't know. Maybe it was leftover Christmas product, because that's an old Cyberverse product there. Too bad Hasbro does not try to get more fans involved. Yeah, well, they had that. I remember when they did the Fan First Friday. It wasn't a fan. It was HasCon, and they had a whole bunch of fans together in this little square, and it was just like, okay, and they didn't really even acknowledge them. They're just like, "Hey, fans, how you doing?" They're all just like. I remember my buddy Monzo was there in that, and he was just like, yeah. We got a super chat from LK4200, and he didn't put anything. LK, send something, brother. Don't just give money. Ask a question, my friend. Ask a question. It is, I don't know. Lightning Lancer with the super chat. Much as I hate to say this, Proto, that Star Saber as leader class might fight better for my fan series. I'm sorry. Okay. I don't have a problem with the size. I don't have a problem with the engineering. I have a problem with what you're paying measured against what you're getting. If you have stars, look, there was back in the day, little boy there by the name of Wing Saber, okay? That was an ultra class Energon toy. That's the price point. It didn't have enough to have a sword, although you could have put the Energon Saber with it or the actual Star Saber. But the point is, that's the price point. You got what you paid for. To pay $180 for something that's about $100 to $110 in product, plus shipping, I don't know. That's when it's like, that's Hasbro sitting around going like, how much do you think we can make them jump? 110? No. 150? No. 170? No. Let's keep going. And marketing. Again, Ben, you guys are going to put on Hasbro Pulse all the Generation 1 episodes. Why don't you put 3 episodes of Victory up? Stir some interest. Just put the first episode. Talk to Toei or Shout Factory that already has the license for it because of the DVD releases. And go, hey, can we put episode 1 up? Put some interest. Just that opening scene with Star Saber might move the needle for sales. I'm just saying. Have some free advice. Psh. Stinkfist69, people say it keep it thick because you talked about your shelves once and you say a bunch of times. Yeah, because it's thick plexiglass. Stinkfist69, hi, scroll back up your chat. Missed my super chat earlier. Oh, you had a super chat. I'm sorry, Stinkfist. I am sorry. Let me check that up. Sorry about that. Jeez, must have been a while back. What? I can't get all my old super chats? Stinkfist, post it again. Don't super chat it. Just post it again. I will read it, my friend. Compare Star Saber to any third party, same price. Well, third party's a different animal. Less factory, less cheaper factory work, number one. Number two, less margins. How many, third party product is probably made in the low thousands, like a BotCon. And has a lot more passion, unfortunately, sometimes. So I'm not even going to go into the third-party argument. It's apples and oranges. But third-party is collector products. It's not mass retail. So you would think the collector product for Haslab, for the fans, this is fans first. Come on. Where are we at here? But that was Gotcha Gray. Thank you, Gotcha Gray, for the super chat. They did a third-party Victory Leo for the Masterpiece Star Saber. When you think about it, if you got the Masterpiece Star Saber for its original MSRP of $160 American, and then that third-party one, which I believe was also $160, and it's like this big, it's huge. I don't know. Michael Koo, Proto Man, who's Hasbro Transformers product line manager now? In this live stream, someone told me that it's not Lenny anymore. Aaron, is it Lenny anymore? Aaron could tell me that. I thought Lenny was still doing it. I'll let Aaron answer that because I'd have to pull up a whole bunch of resumes to figure that one out. And I can't do that during the stream, unfortunately. Axe to the Head says here, hey, Proto, outside of conventions, have you been recognized in public? Best regards. The only time I've been recognized in public outside of conventions was I was at a restaurant, a McDonald's, and one of the guys behind the counter heard my voice when I ordered my food and then came and talked to me. And we talked for about 5 seconds. It was an A&W. Yeah, they have those in the States. Yeah, you guys have A&W. I was ordering... they have amazing onion rings. I love their onion rings. I was ordering, I think it was a Papa Burger and an onion ring. And the guy, because with A&W, it's one of the last few fast food joints where they order the food and then they say it into a microphone for the people in the back. And one of the, I guess it was either the cook or the people who are fixing the food, heard my voice. And then they saw it and they were like, oh shit. And that was the only time ever. Otherwise, it's just conventions. Just conventions specifically. But yeah, that's it. It's always going to be conventions. Amazingly, never in the toy aisles, but I don't really see people in the toy aisle. Every time I go to the toy aisle, it's always empty, which is kind of sad. Super chat from, and that was super chat from Axe in the Head. Super chat from Sean McTaggart. The very odd lots. Let's try that again. The cheap odd lots, Star Saber and Victory Royale currently going on eBay are $150 on eBay. I don't think that price is too bad considering the demand. Hey man, let me tell you something. If you're talking about the original toy, fantastic toy, fantastic gimmick, and both of them are big and beefy. You know, big, beefy. You could work out with these guys, you know? So, if you could get them, get them. And you won't have to wait for $5 million to transpire to get this guy. I'm going to keep ragging on that. Is it going to cost another $5 million to get a stand? I swear, it better be like Deathsaurus. That's the only way you could save yourself, Hasbro. It's got to be like Deathsaurus. But thank you, Sean McTaggart, for that. Let people know that you could still get it, you know, get a good Star Saber. How much larger should Victory Saber be than Jetfire? Jetfire, excuse me. Jetfire is about 13.5 inches. He's the largest of the commanders. Obviously, we can't use Skylynx because he's a weird shape, and we can't use Rodimus because he's all trailer. He should be the same height as Jetfire, hopefully. If those two combine to make at least a commander class price point, he should be at least as tall as Jetfire, because Star Saber is the same height as Overlord. Let's do 13 here. I don't think he's going to close that gap. That's a lot of extra foot space to do that. He might actually be shorter than Jetfire, unfortunately. So, I'm just saying. That's, you know, it looks like, let me just pull up the image here. It looks like it's a little thicker, the feet for the Victory Saber, than what it normally is, because usually it's a little thinner. But I don't know. Maybe they'll fill that gap out with some hollow plastic, make them taller, get some stilts going on. But he might be small. He might be shorter. Hey, he has blast effects, all 2 of them. 2 blast effects. While Jetfire came with 6, 7. Come on, man. And Jetfire was not even $170. And Jetfire's fantastic, by the way. Fantastic figure. Thank you, Collector Prime, for the Super Chat question. Mr. Bumblebot, what if they gave the full cast of minis add-ons? Are you talking about the mini bots? Are you talking about, what are you talking about exactly when you mean, what if they gave the full cast of minis add-ons? Mini what? You're going to have to specify, my friend. Just ask again and I'll try to catch your name. Stinkfist said, at the end of War for Cybertron, Galvatron and Nemesis Prime got reformatted. Do you think they will be new characters, iterations for the next show or series? I think they're probably going to be versions of Galvatron and Nemesis Prime in name, but different versions of them. Maybe a different kind of Nemesis Prime, potentially a black Laser Rod repaint. Because we have a Laser Rod Optimus Prime toy that's supposedly coming. Maybe a Laser Rod Optimus Prime repainted to a certain Robots in Disguise character. And Galvatron, pick your Galvatron. Armada Galvatron? You know, I don't know. Many Galvatrons. But I think they're going to probably try to keep with the name conventions, just different iterations of them. And because it's the Legacy and Unicron is a dimensional hopper, who knows? Who knows? We got some more super chats. Lenny is with Power Rangers Lightning Collection. Oh, well, there you go. Downright Superb says, is Victory Leo supposed to be smaller than Star Saber? Yes, but by very little. Back to back. Here, I'll show you back to back. He's a head shorter. but the size difference between the Haslab ones is a lot more, unfortunately. Victory Leo is pretty tiny. Aaron Archer says he has no idea. Thank you, Aaron. Did Mr. Bumblebot post his thing? Oh, the minis with like Unicron and the Ark. Well, it would be cool if Star Saber came with some minis, but then wouldn't that be something you should market with it to grease the wheels? Wouldn't it be great to say, hey, you got Star Saber and you got a whole bunch of minis of, I don't know, John and the little human characters, or like, Holly or something. I don't know. They could include those, or they could include more G1 guys. I think they're going to include those little slug figures. I have them here. But I think they're going to include those little slug figures. There's Galvatron and Roddy. I think they're going to include them with Generation Selects products. That seems to be, look, they did it first started with the Centaurion, where we got the Optimus Prime. Then we got it with Unicron, with Roddy and Galvatron. Then the Ark came with one of an Optimus Prime again, which came from the Centaurion. And now we're probably going to, that Galvatron that we just talked about previously, we're going to get a whole bunch from that, which is pretty much people are confirming as a Generation Selects. So it's going to continue being a collector thing. That something is a choking hazard, so it probably isn't safe for retail. You know what I mean? So that's another thing too. Then we're getting into a different spectrum of conversation. Michael Koo says, just remember Victory Leo is a remade Goto Jinrai. After Goto Jinrai got trashed. Goto Jinrai. I love God Jinrai. He's chilling back there. Yeah. Downright superb. What is your favorite non-show Beast Wars character? Probably the dog twins. So Wolfang and K9. I would have loved for them to be in the show. Those are probably two of my favorite non-show characters. Maybe K9 just a little bit more. I always imagine them being Sideswipe and the Sideswipe and Sunstreaker of Beast Wars. Like one is the cool fast guy and the other guy's the vain dude. Like he'd be like the Johnny like K9, who's the blonde, like a German Shepherd, could be like the Johnny Bravo character or the Sunstreaker character, and Wolfang could be the more like jokey Sideswipe kind of character, and they could be brothers. It would be cool. They'd have a dynamic. I can't decide which I love more. I'd lean more towards K9, but just love those toys. Always loved them. Always felt they should have been in the show, and supposedly Wolfang at one point was supposed to be in the show. Just a dad who loves toys more than his kids with the super chat. So I do not own a Star Saber at this point. Will Haslab Star Saber be a good start? Look, let me say this. If you don't have Star Saber and you want to get this, I think it's a fantastic purchase. I just feel people are overpaying. If you're going to pay $189, honestly, and you don't care about the Victory Leo and the Victory Saber thing, get the Masterpiece if you could find it at its original. If you could find it on its original MSRP, obviously the secondary market is making it a headache now, and he's probably $200 or $300 now. I wouldn't be surprised. But if you could get him for his original MSRP, I suggest get the Masterpiece. It's a fantastic product. It comes with a bunch of extras, stuff that I'm literally not showing on camera because it's just all in front of me here. Stuff that's probably going to be backer goals. Stuff that's probably not even going to exist at all. Come on. So I would suggest that, but if not, yeah, sure. I'm pretty sure it's a fantastic leader class toy. I'm pretty sure Victory Leo is a fantastic Voyager class toy, but I'm pretty sure they're not a fantastic 2 Commander class priced figures. That's the problem. If you would have given me a giant, like, double pack Commander class and I opened it up and these two guys were in there, I'd be like, I think I got ripped off. That's how I would see it. Stinkfist69 says, I'm getting my Shattered Glass Burst shipped to me in a few days. Stinkfist, people were telling me, I was talking with different people, the comic book that's included with it, which is an exclusive cover, is not in a bag and board, so be wary of that. If you are a comic book collector, I'm going to tell you something, man. Those variants are going to be worth money if you have them in mint condition. Some people have been getting them, and they've been pretty beat up, unfortunately. So hopefully your Blur issue is not too mashed up. On the E-Place, best price for MP24 Star Saber I'm seeing is $223.99, includes shipping. Well, that's not too bad. There you go. Look, I'll be honest with you. It's going to be like, let's see. It's going to cost $179.99 American for me, plus taxes, which are going to probably add another $14-15. So that's going to put it over $200 right there. And then if Unicron was $59.99 shipping, this is probably going to be $29.99 shipping. So when everything's said and done, it's probably going to cost me $350 Canadian for Star Saber and Victory Leo. So if you could get the Masterpiece, which is fantastic, and it's shipped, that's the price and including shipping for $223. That's good. I mean, it's more than what I paid when it was new, but that was a very long time ago. Zero Kaiser with the super chat. Zero Kaiser wants to know, I'm just going to get the Planet X IDW version of Star Saber. Too many gaps in the Haslab, too high a price for my taste. I know that's a problem too. Like, I was looking at some of the photos and just the gaps in the, like, if you look at the top middle, the gaps in the transformation there, and the same thing with Victory Leo. I'm worried that they're going to be very hollow figures. Like, these are retail product. That's the problem. These feel like they're retail product and not really higher end Masterpiece collector product. It's Masterpiece pricing, but not Masterpiece engineering. I don't like that. No, sir, I don't like that. But again, people are worried. You know what I feel? I feel people look at what happened with Unicron. People slept on Unicron, and then Unicron skyrocketed in price. I think maybe people are worried about that. They're worried if they sleep on this one, it won't cost them $179.99. It's going to cost them $300 later or something. I hope that's not the case, but maybe that's the reason why it's doing so well initially. But, you know, like the old saying goes, don't count your chickens until they're hatched. So we'll see how far this goes until Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con, when this ends. They want to do that big announcement then. But thank you for the super chat, Zero Kaiser. Zero Kaiser. Just a dad who loves toys more than his kids wants to know, I just want the best Star Saber I can get, honestly. If you want to enjoy the gimmick, which unfortunately is, if you watch the commercial back in the day, Star Saber Hashin. Star Saber. Brain set. Ooh, I'm going to break my toy. Brain set. Oh. Brain setto. Power up. Star Saber. Cybertron Commander. Star Saber. The original is a fantastic toy. This is my second one. I have one that's combined with Victory Leo, so this one doesn't have all the stickers on it. When you put the stickers on it, it looks even more sexier with the Autobot logo. You got like all this cool stuff, the landing gears. And again, my favorite thing about it is in the show, this would materialize, and then he would go, you know, Saber, literally, Saber Blado. You know, like it clicks in and boom. Show me that, Evan. Show me that. 32 years ago. I think that's a Kobashi. Is that a Yuki? Who did the design on that one? One moment. One sec. I have all my designer notes. Takashi Kuniharu. Ugh. Takashi Kuniharu. Props to Takashi-san, the creator of Roddy. If you could somehow get the original, own a piece of history. But if you want to own the best show-accurate one, the Masterpiece one. Where we at? Okay. So Canadian, it'll cost... So it'll be $304 Canadian if you buy Star Saber. I might as well buy another Masterpiece and the third-party Victory Leo at that price. Jeez. Wow. Kunio probably worked... You know what, Ninjatron, you're probably right, because Kunio had that Gundam background. He worked on 0083 and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised, because when I look at Star Saber, man, do I see like Zeta Gundam and stuff. Especially like Victory Saber. So I wouldn't be surprised if Kunio had something to do with it too. That would not surprise me. That's a whole Gundam background right there. All those Sunrise dudes, which later on we would see in Brave anyways. That wouldn't surprise me. But yeah. Michael Koo with the other super chat. Michael Koo, thank you again for the super chat. We only got almost half an hour left in the stream. Protoman on the brighter note, when is the release date for the Symbiote Studio Secret Plushie? Secret Plushies! It's going to be San Diego Comic-Con drop, I could tell you that much. And there is more coming. A whole bunch of other cool stuff too. Some exclusive product. Not just of the Transformer brand, but other Hasbro brands, which we will probably have some images of soon, and some other brands too. Symbiote Studios, they're bros, man. They're bros, let me tell you. They're bros. They work with Hasbro, so they know what they're doing. You know, they know what they're doing. They have a very good relationship with Hasbro, and they have a way better marketing department. They know what they're doing. High quality stuff. Big boys too back there. Big boys. Those guys are huge. But thanks for the super chat, my brother. We have to keep in mind that the Victory Saber is extremely limited. Lucky to sell 2,000K units. How many do Commander units usually sell? 1 million worldwide, maybe more. Ooh, downright, I don't know about that. I do not know about that. Let me tell you something. I had this discussion. I think it was with Aaron. Was it with you, Aaron? I remember I had this discussion, and we were trying to go like, and this was the Supreme class, which is, you know, comparable to the Commander class. And we were going, you know, how many Walmarts are there in the United States? How many Walmarts are there in Canada? How many Targets are there? How many CVS's? You know, how many of these are carrying Commander class? And then how many cases do they get? And each case only has 2 per case. So let's assume every Walmart gets 2 cases. Let's say that every Target gets 2 cases. Let's say every, you know, Toys R Us gets 2 cases. When we crunched the numbers, we were only at about like 400,000, you know? So, I mean, there's definitely not 1 million of the Commander classes. And same thing with the Supremes. I would believe that there's definitely 1 million of the Deluxes. Deluxes, no question. The little, you know, micro price point stuff, 1 million, no question. But that like Commander and Supreme and Titan price point, I don't think there's 1 million. I think there's considerably less than that. I really do. And we sat down and we were like, okay, how many Walmarts are there? How many CVS's? How many this? And let's assume CVS somehow carries a case of Commander class. And we use that also as a margin of error in case they don't. You know, look here, Michael Koo, 4,743 Walmarts. So right away there, let's pull out the old calculator, and let's say they get 4. So that right there, that's only 19,000 commander classes, and that's just the Walmarts. And then Target, pretty much we came to a final conclusion worldwide about 400,000 units at best. Best case scenario, assuming every store gets it. And you know, and I know there's plenty of stores that don't get it. We're talking all markets. Obviously Japan is an X factor and they have their own thing going on, but when we're talking English packaging, that's it. It's not a million. That's for sure. Not even 500 million. There's some stuff in Transformers. I don't want to really say it on the air because then all the speculators will eat it up. But there's some Transformers stuff that came out during that Unicron trilogy era. Actually, I probably shouldn't point at it. But there's some stuff in that Unicron trilogy era, but there's only about 2,000 units of it kicking around. Some of them. Aaron told me about that. Aaron, don't say what it is, though. Don't say what it is, because then people are going to start scalping it like crazy and ruining the fun for people that want to have complete sets and everything. But some Transformers don't have as much print runs as people think. You got to keep that in mind. Total Walmarts in Canada, 408. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Trust me, when you start measuring the numbers, it starts to, you start to realize how little there really is. Jesus. Pedro says here, to get Star Saber to Brazil, it's going to cost him $713. You might as well get Unicron. I would suggest Unicron then. Get Unicron. Get Unicron. Show me that you got Unicron. I will send you a free Unicron upgrade kit. Because I have a few. So, get Unicron instead, brother. It's Armada Hot Rod, isn't it? No, Wave 1. Wave 1 Armada Hot Rod had variants. There's plenty of him kicking around. He's probably one that's definitely in the million mark, no problem. No problem with that. Let's see here. Any more on Transformers Heavy Metal? Well, I've been playing it. There hasn't been... It's still in the... Oof, I still have more text messages. I'm just going to close those. I've been playing it a lot, but it's still in the testing phase, unfortunately. There's more bugs that need to be taken care of. Yes, Protoman is my screensaver, my back screen there. But yeah, we'll probably see more. We'll probably see more, hopefully in the near future. It's a fun game. I like it. I like it a lot, but I liked Pokemon Go. So the only thing that'll probably suck is if you live in an area that doesn't have a lot of those Pokestop kind of stuff. That's going to be kind of a thing that'll deter you. Downright Superb says, has Westerners like Aaron Archer ever worked on Masterpiece? Yes, I could think of, what was his name there who worked on... There was one of the designers who worked on Animated. I forget his name. He was a Swedish fellow. He worked on the Bumblebee, the first one. And then, but usually, again, most masterpieces are done by Takara. Because those are products that are made specifically for the Japanese market. If we get them at all, that's through importing and everything like that. Maybe Aaron could answer that better. He's been in the trenches. I just only know my limited knowledge of who's worked on what. And that's only through magazine interviews because that's never written on the box. It's only like, Generations Guidebook has an interview with the designer for this masterpiece product or whatever. Like recently with the skids, and so we know who's working on what. Like Takashi Kuniharu. Good old Takashi. And Shogo Hisui, who is a legend in the masterpiece world. Shogo Hisui is a legend. Legend. And Yuki Ashima, who worked on the RC. Mr. Kissplay. How long we got left? We got half an hour left, my friends. So we still got some more super chats we could do. Stinkfist69, I pulled the trigger last night and backed the Galactus. Gonna wait for the Star Saber until October. Yeah, well, you got 44 days. Ooh, what happened with the camera there? Ugh. We got 44 days. The Galactus looks fantastic, though. As a Jack Kirby fan myself, if I had the space for more Marvel products, I have my own separate room for my miscellanea, I would have loved to get Galactus. Because, I mean, they knocked it out of the park with that Sentinel, so I could only imagine how awesome that Galactus is going to be. Amazing. Congrats, man. That's you're lucky. That's an amazing product. That would have been something cool to have next to Unicron. Actually, I think it's bigger than Unicron, isn't it? Like, it's even bigger than Unicron, that Galactus. Very big dude. He hungers. I love the Silver Surfer Fox cartoon. Amazing. Jack Kirby's the man. Jack Kirby is the man. Stinkfist69 also said, I hope to get Morg. I hope to get Morg. Where are we at here? The Morg looks awesome. 32 inches. Gonna go to Unicron right here. Oh yeah, he's way bigger than Unicron. Unicron is like 28 inches at most. So it's like almost like a head taller, if not more. And that includes his wings. Imagine. Princeton, what's up, John? You're on fire. I'm on fire. Do I have any on fire? I have all my accessories here. I'm on fire. I always keep my my blast accessories in a little... This is a Ferrero Rocher. You know, like Ferrero Rocher, the chocolates, is a Ferrero Rocher box. I always find that they're great boxes for like clear stands and for keeping accessories. Every Christmas, it's been a tradition within my family. Like, I'd get a whole bunch of toys, and we'd always have one Ferrero Rocher, like a 16 pack that my mom used to get me. And so I used to always keep them because they were great for storing weapons and pieces and stuff. And they're great for risers. Like, if you want cheap, free risers for your displays, a Ferrero Rocher box is great because you could use just this piece, or you could flip this over. That's your little collector tip from Proto Man. And you get some amazing hazelnut chocolate with nuts. Ferrero Rocher. Brought to you by Ferrero Rocher. I don't even know what's the company. I think it's Ferrero. Ferrero's the company that has it. Michael Koo with the super chat. Proto Man, why did Transformers logo start as 2 words when they and then it became 1 word? I think it was always 1 word. It's just whoever did the logo. Let me see if I could find a vintage version of it. Yeah, that's probably far away to see, but you have like the old vintage product there. It started off as like a Transformers, but I think that was just more like a mistake by them, because all the product listings, all the UPC read-up listings, all the catalog listings, it was always 1 word. No company ever, like maybe like some company that misread it probably put Transformers, but comic book companies with their publishing pre-orders and their subscription services, comic books, all of that, it's always been 1 word. Just the logo was a weird aesthetic choice. And then it changed over when you went to Beast Wars, Transformers had a different kind of font, but it became that more metallic, I call it engine font, because it looks like the chrome die cast for like engines and cars. It got that engine pipeline kind of font with Armada and Energon and Cybertron. And then you had the movie font, which is more like bricks and stuff. So, but then it was always 1 word at that point. We got a French Canadian. Hey, I'm gonna let a non-super chat through for this one. Salut. By the way, have you seen Galvatron anywhere? Been looking for to buy him. Brother, let me tell you something. When it comes to Kingdom product, there's a certain Montrealer that is the king of scalpers that has been eating everything up. And if there was conventions here in Montreal, he'd be selling it at his table en masse. I have not seen any Kingdom product outside of core class, like Vertebrake and Rat Trap. All my Kingdom product that I have gotten personally was thanks to fans sending it to me in the mail. Shout out to Jason. Shout out to Billy Brigham. Shout out to Brainstorm. Shout out to DFD Free sent me today Cyberverse stuff. But who else sent me Kingdom stuff? There's a whole bunch of people. They hook me up. They make it easier for me so I don't have to brave the madness that is the scalping world we live in today, unfortunately. That's what the P.O. box is for. Trevor wants to know with the super chat. How you doing, Trevor? Nice to see you again this evening. Can't stick around. Wanted to say, let's say go, and ask how can we promote this Haslab to fans that have never heard of Victory before. Thanks, Protoman. I did this great post. I put this post on my Twitter that was, I call it Star Saber in a nutshell. And it was just his first appearance scene in episode 1. And I remember it got shared around a lot, like to get people to know who this character is. I just say share around episodes of Transformers Victory if you can, through dubious means on YouTube and everything, or my tweet. I mean, I don't want to promote my Twitter, but or use my tweet if you don't want to, share it illegally. Just to get people to know who the character is. Go here's who the character is, and here is the Haslab item. And that's it. And then people will be able to make that decision because they'll be like, hey, man, this dude is really cool. This dude is really cool. Actually, I want to make another comment. You know what I don't like about another thing, too? I don't want to go back to this. That sword blade is way too small. That is way too small. Okay? Star Saber has a humongous blade. That is too tiny, my friend. But that's another story. Anyways, it's got to be huge. It's got to be huge. On average, hard, 7.5 inches. Giggity. Average. But yeah. Let's see here. I have not seen much Kingdom here in Ohio either. Oof. It's getting brutal. Michael Koo says, for Kingdom Galvatron, Walmart USA put him online before he could get him on shelves. Tom Laney says here, Victory Saber versus Vio Kaiser was awesome. Saw it one day on YouTube. Man, the final battle between Star Saber and Deathsaurus, without a doubt, is top 3 greatest fights of all time in Transformers. Dare I say, almost number 1. Almost number 1. I would almost argue better than the 1986 movie final battle between Megatron and Optimus. Almost better than the Mortal Kombat. That's literally what the episode was called. Mortal Kombat final battle between Optimus Primal and Megatron in Beast Machines. Almost better than the Armada final battle. I forget what that episode was called. Maybe that was called Mortal Kombat. I don't remember. It's so many years. The final battle of Armada, Megatron versus Black Repaint Optimus Prime. Energon Optimus Prime, I guess we'll call it. Energon Upgrade Optimus Prime in Armada. Man, Star Saber just beats the hell out of him. Because Star Saber is badass, but he is honorable. Ignore that IDW version. Andy Davis says, I've seen every Kingdom figure in my local Walmart except Galvatron and Huffer. Well, they're Wave 3, so I guess sooner or later they'll pop up. Wave 3 stuff and Wave 4 is always more difficult depending on your individual toy manager in your aisles. Stinkfist69 says, what's your thoughts on CM Punk's return? And are you hoping Bray Wyatt signs with AEW? I think CM Punk's return was amazing. I've always said this for years. Anyone's opinion about CM Punk, look, I'm not a big CM Punk guy, but I will say this. When you, in the wrestling industry today, when just the announcement of you being somewhere makes people tune in and moves the needle and gets people to go to events, that means you're over. And I might not be a big CM Punk guy, but CM Punk is over. CM Punk is an over dude. And so I'm happy for him. He's been gone for a while, and I think he's going to help AEW really even out the game. And Bray Wyatt, if he signs with AEW, we're going to have some NWO 96, 97 level Monday Night Wars maybe. And I think the WWE is going to really have to reevaluate their situation. That's how what happens with big corporations. Sometimes they cheap out. I dropped my big gun. But yeah, that's my take on that. Michael Koo says, unfortunately, watching online is how I've been getting most of my Kingdom stuff. That seems to be the nom de grace for everybody, my friend. Downright Superb says, what would a Transformers world look like if it were public domain? Well, the third-party world would go to town, that's for sure. I think we'd have so many, public domain stuff in general falls into brands that are very, D tier. Popeye is public domain. What else is public domain? There's a lot of stuff that are kind of, falling in the public domain now. But, Transformers is, an A-tier kind of toy line and a brand, and it's a Hollywood blockbuster movie. In a world where it becomes public domain, woo, you're gonna see bootlegs everywhere. It'll be so saturated that you'll get sick of Transformers because it would be everywhere. Because all of a sudden, every company doesn't have to pay a licensing fee. All of a sudden now, Funko Pop doesn't have to pay a licensing fee, so they could do 1 million public domain Transformers. It would be insane. Insane. You would hate it. You would hate it. It would be too much. For example, GameStop has Transformers Transmutate a few weeks back. Oh man, I can't wait to get that. I have that coming in the mail. Can't wait to get her. I love Transmutate. She's right there, my original one. She's so cute. And I said she. Everyone argues with me. It's a she. Where are we at here? Where are we at? Alrighty. We got 13 minutes left. My goodness. We flew today. It was a crazy day. Crazy stuff. We got 13 minutes left, so we'll try to take a few more before the day is done. A lot of super chats here today. Jeez. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff today. Good questions. Good questions. After the rant and everything. Princeton, John again, with the super chat. Another bad decision. Hollow forearms for Sabre. Ain't that the truth, John? Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth, man? You know something? You know what's crazy? One sec. Where is the trying to unzip undo this? Where is it? There we go. Why is Galvatron open? There we go. You know what's crazy? Solid. From every corner. Yeah, okay, here's empty because this has to tuck in. You know? But otherwise, solid. 32 years later. Mwah! I love this guy. Love him! Screenshot that. I love my Star Saber. Love him. Joseph Ritter wants to know. I'm just gonna do this while Joseph talks. What a great week, Puffer and Victory Saber. Quote, do you think the Baltimore TFCon will be successful? Bonus. Favorite French dish? Baltimore TFCon? I don't know, my friends. I don't know. It's still more than a month and a half away. We're still in the middle of the Big V. I run conventions myself. And my dealers are constantly asking me because they're hungry. They want to sell. And they're like, when are you running a show? And I said, when I feel the world's ready. And I still feel the world's not ready yet. That's just my take. So take from that what you will. Bonus question. Favorite French dish? Dish, though. My favorite French food, I love croissants. Oh my God, I love croissants. I love baguettes. I'm a big pastry kind of guy and bakery kind of guy. Oh my God. Ask anyone in TFCon staff when it comes to cakes. Like, ooh, you know? I mean, I try to stay fit and stuff, but that's, you know, butter and sugar is going to kill me one day. But favorite French dish? I'd have to go with a poutine. It's just a no-brainer. A poutine is a dish in itself, and it is my go-to. Anyone who comes to Montreal that's a fan, call me up. We'll go for poutine together. I will give you the best poutine you will have in your entire life. There is people that have come from Australia to Montreal. Shout out to Matt McNally. Had the best poutine of his life. Put that on Facebook. I'll go with poutine. It's a no-brainer because poutine is a French dish. People associate that with Canada, but it's a Quebecois dish. It's a French dish. The rest of Canada can't do poutine for its life. You know? Downright Superb wants to know, Commander class toys sell maybe 10 to 20 times more in retail, but how profitable are they anyways? I'm fine with the Haslab price. I would have to know the margins on that, but I would imagine the way that Hasbro always kind of modulates their price points, I'm pretty sure they do just fine with the profit margins. Closed up boxes, no more windows. All Commander classes don't have plastic windows, so that's cheaper with the plastic. There's no more bios on the back. Sure, they put a trading card, but the bios aren't there anymore, so they don't have to hire writers or copywriters anymore. The box art is still being done by the same people that's been done for years and years and years. So, I mean, that's Marcelo. So it's still Marcelo doing that. He probably has a flat rate with that stuff. I don't know the artist deals, but they know how to keep the prices down. Trust me. That Commander class probably is still making the same profits, if not more, than what a Supreme class was back then, which was kind of what a Commander class evolved into. Where we at? We got 9 minutes left. Jeez. Stinkfist69, did anybody get that T-Rex exclusive from Target, and are you happy with it? I did not get a T-Rex. If I do get a T-Rex, I will take a nice photo shoot because I have the original T-Rex. I just wish they'd do something with his silver lips. One day I'll get T-Rex. I'm pretty sure one day I'll get it. Costco poutine. Costco poutine is I've had it. Costco has a very unique frozen kind of French fries. It's out of 10, a Costco poutine is a solid 6 out of 10. It's not terrible. TFCon's poutine is terrible. That's like a 5. Oh my God. That motor oil poutine. Costco, I'll give a 6 out of 10. There's better fast food poutines that you could go to. McDonald's has a better poutine. You know, actually has a really good poutine if you have to go to a fast food place. Harvey's in Canada has a really good poutine, or KFC. Oh my God, because they use their gravy. Oh, that's a good poutine. Fries aren't that great because I'm not a big fan of KFC's French fries, but their gravy sauce, oh, really good. You guys are making me hungry at barely 10 o'clock at night. Ugh. A Saturday night, yo. 8 minutes left. 8 minutes left. We'll take one non-super chat question at random. We will take one non-super chat question at random, and it will be Trooper Jameson. I expect a super chat in the future, Trooper Jameson. Trooper Jameson wants to know, what are your thoughts on Nucleon Quest Optimus Prime? What is his place within the TF fiction? He kind of falls in between that of the Generation 2 into going back to his original body and stuff. That's all the whole like black repaint story and everything. I believe it was Hobby that originally kind of did that. And then you had the Hyper Hybrid Optimus Prime that also had packaging that explained the Nucleon Quest story and everything. It's convoluted Japanese supplemental material to try to justify e-hobby repaints. Let's put it this way. And to explain Optimus Prime actually having a Power Master body, because up to that point it's only been Goto Jinrai in the Japanese continuity that had that. Hey, JR from the Philippines. What's up, JR from the Philippines, with the super chat question for 125 Filipino pesos. Hi, Proto. Hi, everyone. Since it's on the topic of food, what's for dinner? I am going to have French baguette with cold cuts. I'm going to be having a French submarine. I bought the stuff today. I wanted to make it, so I'm going to make it today with orange juice on the side. That's about it. And then tomorrow, I'm probably going to have Vietnamese pork cuts with rice, which will be delicious too. That'll probably be my breakfast. I don't usually have a traditional breakfast. I try to have like a heavy brunch instead. I usually kind of skip breakfast a lot of the time, even though I love breakfast, but usually I skip it a lot of the times. I feel it's not necessary. Stinkfist69 says, I'm not sure where to still get him. He looks sold out everywhere unless you buy in the secondary market. I don't know who you guys are talking about. You guys probably see in the chat somewhere. We got 5 minutes left, my peeps. We got 5 minutes left in the chat. I'm going to use this time, well, if there's more super chats until those pop up, to say once again thank you to our sponsors, Symbiote Studios, that hook us up with our clothing, our plush that are chilling in the back, judging all of us. Just going like, man, that Snake Eyes movie should have done better. And our pins, our nice metal pins, big metal pins. Love those metal pins. They're so cool. So check out symbiotestudios.com. They always have awesome stuff. The best. Hopefully we're going to get more Transformer shirts in the future from them, more plush, and more awesomeness. Stay tuned to symbiotestudios.com and follow them on Twitter. Also, they do tons of updates too on all their newest products. Hasbro licensed and official. Let's see what else we got here. Michael Koo says, Proto Man, thanks for another great live stream and not being afraid to preach it. Hey man, you know, look, the one thing that I hate in the Transformer world, and I don't want to name names, is when you have people that shill for Hasbro. I will say when Hasbro makes amazing product, and I have sometimes really like, oh my God, I love this, day one purchase, it's amazing. And then other times I'll be like, this is garbage, you know? This is garbage, stupid stuff. So I will always say it like it is. And because, look, I know a lot of you guys, you know, you guys look to me for financial advice and stuff like that. And I'll always be honest with you. I will tell you if I think that something is not worth it, and I will tell you even if I buy it. Look, I don't really think it's worth it, but I have the extra finances to buy it, but I know that a lot of the Transformer fandom during these tough times don't have that kind of money, and I think $179 is not really worth it, especially if you already own better iterations of that character, if you own the original or the Masterpiece. If you already own the Masterpiece, track down that third-party Victory Leo and enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself, you know? The Podsky with the gold super chat. How you doing, the Podsky? What is the likelihood of any Hasbro announcements before HasFest? Also, shout out to my fathers in the chat. My dad's birthday is today. Happy birthday to your dad. Whose birthday was it yesterday? Yesterday was Cooksucks' birthday. So shout out to my buddy Cooksucks, who's on Twitch. He's a Twitch IRL streamer. It was his birthday yesterday too. Give a shout out to him. He did a cool P.O. Box opening stream that is absolutely hilarious. It's a little blue, little 18 plus, But if you have 2 hours and you want to have a good laugh, check out Cooksucks' latest stream, his P.O. Box opening birthday stream. Great guy, Andy. He's been a regular at BotCon for years in the Transformer community. Super funny dude. But yeah, shout out. Hey, your father's birthday also. So that would be, let's see. So he's, what's his zodiac? August 28th. What is his zodiac? But it's your dad's birthday. Awesome stuff, my friend. Thanks for the gold super chat. But what is the likelihood of another HasFest or Fan First Friday or something? I don't know. Maybe they'll surprise us with something between now and October. But I don't know. They'd have to say something. They'd have to go like on their Twitter or something, or their Instagram. Hey, we're gonna do another one because Proto Man bashed us, and someone got fired, but I don't want to say anybody. I don't know. Look, Ben. No hard feelings, Ben. Look, no hard feelings. But I mean, come on, man. But look, if you want to fight, I don't mind that either. I don't mind that either. Aaron with the info. What did Aaron say? Virgo. Thank you, Aaron. He's a Virgo. Virgin. Come on, guys. I'm a Gemini. I'm the twin. The two little naked boys. The two little naked boys. This chat got really weird at the end, didn't it? To the Hasbro folks, you should all know better. You should all know better. You should all know better. Now I'm going to lean back. I'm going to show my abs now. I'm going to lean back. And I'm going to say this in our closing statement. I'm going to lean back. I don't got beef with Ben. It's just do your job. Do your job. Your job is marketing. I worked at Burger King. My job was to make hamburgers. I shouldn't screw up the hamburgers. Now my job is putting brakes on cars. If you drove your car away and your brakes don't work, it could kill you. Kill you. So I do my job. Do your job, Ben. I don't have to do your job. It looks like I'm doing your job, but I shouldn't have to. Okay? We shouldn't have to hype what you should be doing. Instead of doing this next to Evan. Yeah, that's a big sword. Anyways, I'm just going to lean back. We're going to call it quits for the night. Thanks again for everyone who came. We peaked at about 250 people. Awesome stream. Again, guys, I love all the love and support you guys give me. Thanks again to Symbiote Studios for being the sponsor and Hasbro for being the sponsors. And Hasbro, let's step it up, my friends. Let's step it up. Because we all have room to improve. Look, I have room to improve. This podcast, it's jittery. The camera's not that great. I could have like little bells and whistles. We all have room in life to improve. Never get comfortable and sit on your laurels. Always aim up. That's how life should be. And that's what we got to do. We all got to improve. So let's improve together and do something better from a marketing standpoint, and not let all those other guys do the marketing for you on an illegal capacity, because that's just not cool, man. That's just not cool. But anyways, that's all I got to say. It's been a lovely evening. Thank you, everyone who came by. Thank you, all of my people, all of my super chats, all of my YouTube members, all of my patrons. If you want to subscribe to the patronage, patreon.com/protoman. Help support the podcast. Keep this craziness rolling. Because Lord knows I ain't getting paid to do it. I'm just getting paid to screw it. The hostess with the mostess. Rock out with your cock out with the robots in disguise. And as always, roll out.